So you are looking for beautiful, long-lasting curls for your locks. This is the video that's gonna get you there. What we're gonna talk about today is how to get the best braid out ever. I have been locked for 8 years. I've tried so many different braid out techniques, and this is by far the best one. So I'm gonna share it with you today. Number one tip, make sure that you are doing your braid out on clean, damp hair. Clean because you want to make sure that all of the oils, any of the dirt, any of that stuff is out of your hair and you're starting with fresh hair. Fresh hair is easier to manipulate. Clean hair is easier to manipulate and take that shape. So make sure that your hair is clean and damp. Okay? Now, how are you going to get it damp? You can do two things. You can obviously wash your hair. Do your normal wash routine. Dry your hair with I don't use a towel. I use actually cotton, like a cotton t-shirt or what have you that's black so I don't get lint in it. But dry your hair and then you'll still have, that damp feeling after you wash your hair. Then you can do your braid out. If you do your hair right after you have washed it, it's going to be damp from root to tip. So it's going to take that much longer for your hair to dry.
Sorry guys, I just want to clarify. When I say damp, I actually mean soaked. When you wash your hair, even when you dry it, your hair tends to be soaked from root to tip, which takes longer
To dry.
than just doing it on, spritzed damp hair.
Okay, so keep that in mind when you're doing your planning for your braid out. The other option is if you are looking to dampen your hair, what you can do is you can do the wash the day before so that the next day when you're ready to do your braid out, your hair is dry and it's not going to take forever and a day to dry when you braid it. So you still need that dampness. You still need that damp hair. So I use a tonic, and again, I make it myself. I will share it all with you. So this tonic is a combination of water, okay? And again, try and use purified water. I have hard water out here in where I am because it's kind of like the country. Try and get, fresh spring water, whatever you can, into a bottle. I also will add my favorite oil. So I like to use like the Island oil from mango and lime. I'll put a link in the description for all of these products. And sometimes I'll use jojoba oil as well. And then I'll put a little bit of setting lotion. You remember old school setting lotion, honey, church setting lotion. It is your best friend when you want to have your braid out last longer, okay? So you put all of that into a bottle, shake it up, and that is now the tonic that is going to help dampen your hair, okay? Give it a little bit of moisture, not too much, but it's gonna give it a little bit of moisture so you don't get the crispy, curls. And it's also going to give your hair some nourishment with that jojoba oil in there. And then the setting lotion is going to help your hair stay with its curl pattern, okay? So that's step one. Step two, sectioning is so important. If you do just big blob braids and expect it to be, beautiful curls, it's not going to be. So make sure that when you're sectioning, you know the rules. If you are sectioning small, you're going to get those small, more fuller curls. You're going to get those small curls. If you're looking for that small curl look like this, then that's perfect. Do smaller sections. And so if I was going to do if I was looking for smaller curls, I would do a section that was probably, I'm turning this around, I would do a section that was probably about 1.5 to 2 inch squares like that. And then I would go ahead and I would braid each one all over my head. If you want bigger curls, you're going to want to make sure that you do bigger sections. So if I was wanting to have those bigger, more voluminous curls, I would take a section that's about the width of my fingers, okay? And then start braiding that. Keep in mind, if you do the bigger, thicker braids, then it will take longer to dry. That's just the way it is. It'll take longer to dry. The other key thing that you want to make sure that you do when you're doing this braid out is do not just do just a simple braid like, you get the gist of it, like this, and expect that when you take it out, it's going to be nice, sharp curls. It's not going to look like that. If you do loose braids, you're going to get a flaccid curl. Okay, it's gonna just look like boom, boom. You don't want that. So you wanna make sure that you are doing a nice tight braid, but I will caution you, the roots of your hair, you need to be so delicate to it and sensitive to the fact that you don't want to pull and tug on your hair from the root. So what I always do is I will start my braid a little lower so that my root is not pulling and stretching. It's also really painful, I find, when you have to sleep in the braids at night if it's super tight. Again, just make sure that it is a nice, tight braid, and that will really help define your curls. The other way that you can do it so that you don't put tension on the base of the roots is by using a hair tie. So place a hair tie right here. Again, not too tight, but place a hair tie right here. I have these hair ties that I absolutely love. I got them from Amazon. I talk about them all the time, but they are amazing. I still need to order more because somehow between the twins and myself, we have lost the 100 that come in the pack. I don't know how. Anyways, when you are doing starting your braid out, so that you don't have to pull and tug right on the root, I will, especially when I'm doing like the smaller ones or the bigger ones, whatever works, you can put your elastic band on the base and then start braiding tightly, right? So the elastic makes it so that you're not pulling on the root and pulling the strands straight from the root. It just kind of acts as a barrier. And then you can start braiding as tight as you want through the length of the hair. Another really important tip is when you're doing your braid out, braid in the way you intend to style. So I always like to kind of have a side part here. So when I do my braid out, I'm keeping that in mind, and I am making sure that I have that side part that I like in my braid out so that when the curls fall, they naturally fall the way I want them to, the way I like them to. Let your braids dry thoroughly. Any sort of moisture, even when sometimes I know I've taken out my hair and it's kind of like, I feel like it's dry, but then in the back I notice, oh, it's a little damp back there. It didn't quite go out, because a damp braid out will not turn out. Even if it's just a little moist, that's it. It's over, because that is going to leave you with curls that have moisture in them. And that moisture is just going to drag down your braids and drag down your curls and not allow it to be bouncy. It's not going to be the best it can be and last. So you just want to make sure that your braid out is completely 100% dry before you take it out. Okay. So if that means, you wear it overnight, wear it overnight. If that means you have to, wear it for a couple of days because you have super long hair, do that. But it's really, really important that you make sure that it is 100% dry. I always find as well, the longer I leave my braid out, the longer it lasts. So if that makes any sense. So on a Friday night, I will do my braid out. And when I do my braid out, I will do it in smaller sections so that I can pull it back and just wear it in a ponytail, wear it in a bun, still in the braids. And I just leave it for the weekend like that, and I don't have to worry about it. Then on Monday morning, I go for work, and this also depends on, of course, what are you doing this weekend? What do you have planned that weekend, right? Maybe that braid out look is not what you want. But if you want a long-lasting braid out, honestly, it makes such a difference. So I will put it in on Friday night and I will leave it till Monday, depending on what's going on. And when I take it out on Monday, the curls are on point. Not only are they on point, honestly, I could last 2 weeks, 3 weeks. If I have a like a roughly a 7 to 10 day wash regimen, but there are times when I will love my braid out so much, I'll be like, okay, fine, I'll just stay another couple of days and go to like the 2-week point. And my curls are still rocking. So really, really important, let your braid out dry completely. So it's been about a week and a half since I initially did my braid out. As you can see, the curls are still pretty good. I mean, they flattened up a little bit, but you still got tons of waves and still have a lot of body. I'm not gonna lie, my scalp is dry, and so it's not necessarily that I need to take out the braid out wash my hair because, you know, the curls have fallen. It's actually because my skin is really dry and it's itchy, so I just need a wash. All right, you guys know that I have like again, 7 to 10 day washing schedule. So for sure, it's time. It's day 10. So I'm gonna wash my hair, but I wanted to make sure that I showed you that you can totally keep a good braid out for, you know, a week. This totally could have lasted probably another week if I didn't, you know, have my itchy scalp. So yeah, I just wanted to show you, like, if you do a good braid out, if you know, follow the steps and make sure, you know, you do it proper, it can totally last you for a really long time. So the next tip, and it is huge for getting long lasting braid out curls, okay? When you go to bed, this is key. Do not cover your head with any sort of bonnet that is going to put pressure on your curls and essentially straighten them out. You don't want to do that. What you want to do, and I found this works amazing, is you get a hair tie and you actually tie, hold on, I will literally have to flip my hair over, but you get a hair tie and you do a very loose bun at the top of your head, okay? And I know this looks awkward, but you do a loose bun at the top of your head, leave it like that, and then throw your bonnet over it, okay? So that is what I have found is by far the best tip, and that's how you sleep. And it's not tight, it's comfortable, and just a loose bun. So do not tighten it up really tight, because every time you try and tighten, you stretch the curl. You don't want to stretch the curl. You want it nice and loose, right at the top. Leave it like that, and then in the morning, you just take it down. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I found that this absolutely works so well for me. And again, I have been doing this for a number of years, right? So definitely a lot of viewers trying to figure out what is the best braid out, what is the best technique. And this is by far the one that I'm using the most right now. And it continues to work for me time and time and time again. So I hope that this helped you. I hope that you'll try this and let me know how it works for you when you do. Oh, also don't forget to share. If you have any braid out tips that you want to share with the community, let us know, because we are all in this together, guys. And whatever is going to make us rock our locks even better, I'm here for it. So please share. And don't forget, if you have not done so already and you are looking for a channel that's going to give you tips on how to rock your locks, give you just kind of the ins and out of this lock life, definitely hit the subscribe button. Definitely hit the subscribe button. Definitely hit the notifications so you don't miss an episode. If you like this video, definitely you're gonna wanna check out this video right here to share another great tutorial on how to get the look you're looking for your locks.